Coming up now on Animal Outtakes.
And let me tell you, to hold his hand is like feeling his soul.
Join us as we visit a primate sanctuary and get to interact with some of the most intelligent animals. And grab a book and your animal friend. We'll see how reading can be beneficial to both of you. And Dr. Don shows off this little dragon and tells us if one of these would make a good pet. This and much more straight ahead on Animal Outtakes. Hello and welcome to Animal Outtakes. I'm Marcia Panucci and this is my best friend, Zeus. While a dog like Zeus here is considered man or woman's best friend, it is primates like chimps and orangutans who are more similar to you and me. This week we visited a primate sanctuary where I got first-hand experience. Walk around the Suncoast Primate Sanctuary in Palm Harbor, Florida, you will definitely spot an animal. More than 100 reptiles, birds, and yes, primates, chimpanzees, orangutans, and monkeys. Our first stop was with Pongo, a 21-year-old male orangutan.
Go ahead and stick it in the mesh a little bit. He wants to touch your finger, that's okay. Now let go of the banana.
Let it go?
Let it go. Yep, just let it go.
Drop
Good
it?
boy.
Oh.
Now don't let him touch your finger. Now if he comes back around, let's see your peanut. Can we see your peanut? We can touch. I want you to take the peanut. Go ahead and tell him thank you.
Thank you, Pongo. Thank you.
Now we're not going to give it back.
We don't give it back.
No, because he's giving you that as a gift, so you're going to keep that.
Oh, well, I will treasure this.
Okay.
I will treasure it,
So
but I
now-
want you to have that banana. There you go.
Now, in the wild, orangutans only live to about 20. In captivity, the oldest one we have here lives to 50.
Well, let me tell you something. I am simply amazed. He is just so gentle with those grapes. Now, of course, he's taking the stems.
Yes.
But he is very, very gentle.
Yes.
And I was expecting him to grab and just whatever.
Nope. Because part of it is you. Part of it is spending time with you. This is what we call one-on-ones.
Can we get him to about 50?
I believe we're getting past 50, actually. He has 17 doctors, 3 dentists, 2 heart specialists. He gets 5 feedings a day. He has dentist. He has a better HMO than I have. And he has at least 25 volunteers that take care of him daily.
And you know, he was just fed.
Yes.
Peanut butter, banana, sandwich.
Yes.
Now, it doesn't get any better than that.
Orangutans are found in the rainforests of Borneo and Sumatra, and they are considered to be one of the most intelligent primates. And we were able to experience that firsthand. If receiving a gift of a peanut wasn't enough, Pongo wanted to give me a manicure, and I certainly wasn't going to pass up that opportunity.
So
very picky animals here.
Now, I noticed that you like this banana, don't you? Yes.
Okay.
There we
you go.
go.
Now let go. Just
there
let go.
we go.
Good boy.
All right.
Good boy. Good boy. Take it in. He's going to
There
take
we
it in.
go.
So Pongo, when they get the plats, means they're full grown. He didn't play well at other zoos with other orangutans. That's why he's here. He started off in Holly Wild. Now what he's telling us, I'm done.
He's had it.
I'm done.
He's had his snack. He's
I'm
going.
going to take my snack. I'm leaving now. I'm going to go in my bedroom. It was nice for you girls to visit. Or he's coming back. What he's gone to do is get a little piece of twig, and he wants to clean my fingernails. So I'll show you what the fingernail cleaning is all about.
Oh, sweetie.
Back up this way so the camera can get you really good.
Okay.
Better? Here we go. Yep.
Sadly, poaching, loss of habitat, and the illegal pet trade has caused the wild orangutan to be listed as critically endangered.
Critically endangered means in the next 8 years they're saying they will be extinct in your life.
You know, Deborah, it does beg the question, why do you do what you do? You could have chosen anything for your vocation. Why?
Well, my background's more nursing and I'm a vet tech. My grandparents started this in 1948. We've just gone national on some shows, and I believe that everybody can become a Jane Goodall or a critically endangered species fan. And when I had daughters at 1948, they asked me the same question. Mom, why do you do what you do? And what can we do to change that? And I'm in the presence of animals that I've had class 1, 2, and 3 license since I was 18 years old. And why shouldn't I share that with other people that have the same love and passion? Most orangutans don't purr like this for just anybody, and he's doing that.
He's been purring the whole time.
I know.
That we've been here.
Not too sure if Pongo was happy to meet me or happy to get all those treats. But speaking of feeding Pongo and most of the other primates, they get fed 5 times a day. $110,000 of food is donated every year to keep them healthy and happy.
What we have here is apples and peppers and tomatoes and bananas and pineapple, lettuce, all the good stuff. All the good stuff.
Everything you see in here is what they eat on an everyday basis. And there's a wagon right behind you with new food that just came in.
Creamy almond butter.
I know, don't you love it?
I love it.
I know.
After getting even more treats, it was time to meet another resident of the Suncoast Primate Sanctuary.
This is Bob.
Okay.
He's one of the great apes. You're gonna give him a
Bob.
banana. There you go.
Oops.
That's all right.
There we go.
Bob
Boy,
is a chimpanzee. He's all excited because he said, y'all been messing around over there with the orangutan and not him. Chimpanzees are critically endangered.
Come on, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
To me?
They have
Okay.
fingerprints just like me and you. They carry their babies for the same length of time. They have the biggest ears and make the loudest noise.
The chimpanzee is considered a human's closest living relative. A chimp's DNA is so similar to that of a human, both evolving from a common ancestor.
So Bob is one of our popular ones. You don't take him out.
Oh,
He'll take him,
he
no,
takes
he
the
takes them out.
box.
The whole box.
Oh
He
my
gets the-
goodness, you
he
get
gets-
your
right there.
cardboard and everything. Oh my
He'll
goodness.
take him out.
Oh,
Watch.
he will.
See him taking them out. Takes his own raisins out. Eats them. And then he'll also give them back to us. Give me the box. He said, I can't get them all out yet. Gotta get them all out. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. All right. Now you
Okay,
can have
here we
another
go.
one.
Now what is amazing is he is gentle, but not as gentle as Pongo.
Pongo. No, they're faster. He's younger though. Remember, this guy's
He doesn't
in his
have the
teens.
best manners yet.
No, he hasn't learned all that. But he'll get there. It takes time. The older the animal gets, especially in chimps, the darker the face gets. And this was the kind that was in the Cheetah Johnny Weissmuller movie. We had Cheetah here in the 1932 to 34 movies. He was in the movies and he lived here his whole life. We also had the American luggage tourist gorilla here.
Oh, did you?
Yes. We actually have him mounted and we're looking for a place to keep him on display somewhere.
Now,
So,
where did Bob come from?
Bob was born here. Not very many of the animals
Here,
are born
Bob.
here.
Here, Bob. There you go.
But when they are, we don't sell them just to sell them, but we try to put them together for compatibility for other animals. We try to neuter or spay most of the animals that come in, but he's critically endangered. So critically endangered animals, we treat a little bit differently.
Okay. So he will be mating at some point.
If he wants to. Not all animals breed. Just because they have what it takes to breed doesn't mean they will make a breeder. Just like people, they have to be taught.
And keeping these animals in tip-top shape, they need some stimulation in the form of enrichment. One way this monkey gets her enrichment, through a little massage. And who wouldn't? You can tell by her eyes, she's loving it.
We will actually take their hands and I'll sit and just massage them like that.
Oh, a hand massage.
Don't you like a hand massage?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, my
We do
goodness.
the feet. She is a Java macaque. She is a female. She is over 50. You are looking at, if it was a person, a 90-year-old person.
Oh, well, Muggsy, you're holding up well. Very well. When you speak about enrichment, what are you truly speaking about?
Okay, it depends on the level for the animals. For a animal that is actually this age, what you're doing now is enrichment. Would you say somebody giving you a massage, giving you a facial, how does that make you feel when you get that?
Like $1,000,000.
The same with animals. So it just depends on the animals. Some are younger. Younger needs more activity. Older animals need more compassion care. We do psychological enrichment, physical enrichment, we do food enrichment, we do toy enrichment. It's all relative to their age and the needs of the special needs of the animals. And that's what I love here at the Suncoast Primate Sanctuary. Just because an animal's old doesn't mean they don't get it and don't need it, and they need people to care about them as individuals. No.
To be able to get up close and personal and feel a real beating heart right next to you that is not a human. This is priceless.
The Suncoast Primate Sanctuary relies solely on the help of wonderful volunteers and on donations. If you would like more information on the Suncoast Primate Sanctuary, visit them on their website, suncoastprimate.com. One other interesting fact we found out. Like it does for many humans, music can have a calming effect on animals too, but you have to find the right station.
You also notice we play a lot of music for them.
What do they like? What's their favorite?
Well, right now they're listening to 91.5 Joy FM. We do play country, we do play different music, but we find this is the most soothing that they like the most. The other thing is when the caregiver's stress is down, the animal's stress is down. They can actually hear up to 1.5 miles away if there's a car accident. When there was a big fire south of here, they were the ones that alerted me to call the fire department to tell them that the storage place was on fire.
Amazing.
Yep.
Amazing.
They're smarter than us. Look who's working for who.
Yeah.
Coming up after the break,
Oh, they're definitely the ambassadors because they're out there talking. Without them, you know, we really don't have a future.
the Girl Scouts and a cat shelter are teaming up. Together, they have developed a program that will help all involved. And we'll learn about that next.
For thousands of years, we've been humans' best friend. You've been through a lot, and we've been right there with you. A dog is part of the family, a confidant, and a friend who always knows how to get into your heart. So what happens to our beloved companions when we can no longer care for them? This is why we've created Dante's Den, an innovative, state-of-the-art facility that will provide care for up to 100 dogs.
Dante's Den is a community for joyful dogs.
Millions of Americans face uncertainty when planning for the future of beloved pets who may well outlive them. Dante's Den is a charitable organization, so in whatever capacity you can, please lend your support so that we may continue this most wonderful work.
Dante and I would like to thank you for watching and for also opening up your hearts to our wonderful community of joyful dogs.
Learn about the many ways you could become involved by visiting dantesden.org.
The farmer put an old doghouse in front of the barn, scooped up that sleepy puppy, placed him in his new home, and said, "Good night, little pup." You know, studies have shown reading can increase your brain power by improving your memory skills. But now, let's add an animal to the mix. If you start reading to an animal friend, they also benefit.
Cat Depot is actually a rescue, and last year we rescued over 1,500 cats and adopted out over 1,400, 900 of which were kittens and the rest were adults. And that's pretty impressive when you think about, you know, we are just Cat Depot here in Sarasota counties. Read to the Rescues, believe it or not, was started as a program for just the general public to come on in and pick up a book at our bookshelf and just start reading to the cats, because people automatically assume that you come in and you pet the cats. But sometimes the cats just need need that peaceful time, and they do like to listen to a book, and they will watch sometimes as you flip the pages. And so the program kind of developed from there as seeing general public come in. We started working with other nonprofit groups, and they would bring the girls in to help their literacy, to work with Sarasota School District to make sure that we not only reach the curriculum, but at the same time we're making reading fun. And that's when the Girl Scouts of America reached out and said, how can we partner with it? And we saw it was a perfect match, because the girls are receiving a patch, they're coming in, they're helping the cats, they're bringing in cat food for the cats, and they're helping us socialize the cats to keep them accustomed to all different age groups, so that when they go home, they're not, you know, with that shock value if a kid is at home. So it's really just great overall, because the girls are hitting that curriculum, they're getting their literacy skills up, but at the same time, the cats, they're getting the socialization time without necessarily getting pet.
I thought it was really fun because I really love animals, like a lot, and I think it would be really fun because I think cats are really cute. Some of them have been looking at the pages. Some of them have been playing games and going back and forth from each bed, and some of them are sleeping.
Watch them reading to the cats and stroking the cats, and it's therapeutic for both the animal and the little girls.
Mary walked at their side. They wanted to stroke. They walked through the big garden.
Cats, and I read 2 books, and now I'm reading this one book to that cat, and I read another book to that cat, the black cat that usually sits over there. I thought it felt wonderful. Reading to an adorable cat is just perfect. Read to rescue!
Children are our future, and one of the important ingredients when it comes to saving the lives of animals around the world. And Cat Depot is one organization who sees the value in focusing on developing unique programs geared towards kids. For more information on Cat Depot, visit catdepot.org. Well, they are considered a very docile lizard, but before you run off to your local pet store to purchase one of these, Dr. Don tells us more things you need to know about a bearded dragon. That's next in Pet of the Week.
The Sarasota Film Festival is March 31st through April 9th, featuring independent films from around the world, panels, parties, and conversations with stars, all happening in downtown Sarasota.
You don't want to miss it, so get your festival guide and choose the films and events you want to attend. Buy your tickets online, by phone, or at the Hollywood 20 box office. They go fast, so get them now.
So join us to see and be seen.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
Our next animal is a lizard who likes to eat plants and bugs. But before you run off and stock up on worms and kale, Dr. Don tells us more about the bearded dragon. Well, Dr. Don, you've got a cutie here, that's for sure. And his name is Jake.
His name is Jake Long.
And he has a lot of personality. What is he?
He's a bearded dragon, and they come from Australia. And since Australia banned the export of their animals in the 1960s, all of them have been born for the last 50-odd years right here in the United States. And that's probably the best just pet lizard that you're going to have. They're long-lived, hardy, decent personality. They don't get too big. They're diurnal. They're awake in the daytime. Unlike those vampire pets who've been saying that they only come out at night.
And he's gorgeous. The coloring that he has, we've kind of got like a greenish yellow, and right down here we've got some
They
orange.
have different color morphs, and the classic gray-brown one is just as intelligent and just as hardy and long-lived. They're marvelous.
Is he aggressive?
No.
So he's safe. And what do you feed him?
Well, their dietary needs change. When they're babies, they eat around 80% of their diet is insects, feeder bugs, and about 20% vegetable matter. And as they become bigger, it's about 80% vegetable matter, around 20% bugs.
Okay, so he's easy to feed. Is this the average size that they're going to get as an adult?
They get a little bit bigger, and a little bit more, muscly, a little more jowly, and that's about it. But they have needs, and this is, once again, do your research. They make good pets. Do your needs. They have to have the right, well, one this size, a cage about the size of this table would be fine. Little tiny guys, a 20-ounce aquarium would be a good one. They need the right temperature. They need a basking light that's about 100 degrees. They have needs, and you got to meet them all, and they're fine and hardy. If you don't meet them all, you miss one or two things, they slowly go downhill and get weak. If you miss half of them, they go downhill faster. You don't meet any of them, they're dead quickly.
Oh my, we don't want that.
We don't want that. So we have one that wants, they need ultraviolet light. So they're right here, we're in Florida. Some of the best ones I've found, they're in like wire cages that are outdoors on a pool cage with a piece of shade cloth over the top. So they can walk in the sun, walk in the shade, just like a lizard in your garden. Walk in the sun, walk in the shade, walk in the sun, walk in the shade.
But you wouldn't have them walking around your home, would you?
No, if you're comfortable, they're cold and dry. So they want to be hot. They want to be like 80 degrees. They want a basking spot that's around 100 degrees. At night, they can get down into like 70, 60, what have you not.
So what does Jake's day consist of?
In the daytime, he likes basking. He has the substrate, the bottom, and it has to be something. I have good luck with like they make carpets, like reptile carpets, like indoor-outdoor carpet. Some people use newspaper or whatever, that's okay. I'm not a big fan of the sand, including, quote, edible reptile sand, because I've had them unpacked. If they have to have the right ratio of calcium, phosphorus, vitamin D3, and ultraviolet light and temperature, they have to have everything just right. And do your research. They have ultraviolet lights that are expensive, and they last how long? I don't know, 10 months. Then you have to buy another bulb. Wow. So it's much easier to take care of one of these things in Florida than in, say, New York City. But you can make a nice cage, a terrarium, to have one of these as a pet for 10 or more years in New York City. Wow.
Now, can you put them on your shoulder and just walk around with them?
I've seen a lot of people do that. It's a temporary thing. I don't know how much the lizards enjoy it as much as the people enjoy it. But they seem, many just seem to be kind of chill. And
is he kind of cuddly?
No. Not really. They're not. If you want something, a kid wants something to play with, a cuddly, huggy, get a golden retriever or a Labrador retriever. This here is a lizard. There are other kind of lizards that is more racy and too fast, and some are aggressive and bitey. These are kind of chill. It's a lizard.
Just kind of takes it easy.
That's right.
Like with any new animal, Dr. Don recommends you do your research before you commit, making sure you and the animal are the right fit for each other. Now here's a fun fact for you. The bearded dragon gets his name from, well, you guess it, his beard. When this reptile is scared or wants to show a competitor who is boss, it will inflate the underside of his throat. This area will also turn dark in color, looking like a beard. Who knew a beard could be so intimidating? And next, you got questions? We have answers. Our vet is setting us straight, answering some of your animal questions next.
The Sarasota Film Festival is March 31st through April 9th, featuring independent films from around the world, panels, parties, and conversations with stars, all happening in downtown Sarasota.
You don't want to miss it, so get your festival guide and choose the films and events you want to attend. Buy your tickets online, by phone, or at the Hollywood 20 box office. They go fast, so get them now.
So join us to see and be seen.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less, featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under-bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You've got to see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
Animal Outtakes is produced by Dante's Den Foundation, a nonprofit group dedicated to creating the best life for dogs. If you would like to learn more about Dante's Den, donate, or volunteer, visit our website, dantesden.org. Up now, our Ask the Vet segment.
Well, when you talk about lumps, under the skin or in the skin, as pets get older especially, the more common one that you see are called papillomas. They're like warts. They're not a problem, except sometimes they become indurated and they get infected. But always bring it to your veterinarian's attention when you're there. If it's something, watch it closely. If it's growing rapidly, then you want to get your veterinarian's attention, get to look at it. The lumps under the skin, oftentimes fatty dogs, especially you see labs, etc., they're called lipomas, most of them. Those are benign. Again, your veterinarian is the best one to determine whether or not something needs to be done. For instance, we'll take a needle and aspirate or remove some cells, look at it under a microscope to determine whether or not there's anything going on. The most common concern that we have with skin lesions like that or lumps in the skin are called mast cells. And we can determine by doing an aspirate and cytology whether or not that is present, because those need to be removed as soon as possible. Again, your veterinarian is your best source of information. Don't ask your neighbors, because they may be well-meaning, but they don't have the medical information that your veterinarian does.
Great advice from the doc as usual. We hope you've had fun and learned a thing or two along the way. Zeus and I will be back here again next week with even more animals and some wild adventures. Until then, thanks for watching. It was springtime on the farm when the friendly little tractor turned. Let me do it again. It was springtime on the farm where the friendly little tractor named Otis lived. No. I'm doing this without my glasses. Okay.
The Sarasota Film Festival is March 31st through April 9th, featuring independent films from around the world, panels, parties, and conversations with stars, all happening in downtown Sarasota.
You don't want to miss it, so get your festival guide and choose the films and events you want to attend. Buy your tickets online, by phone, or at the Hollywood 20 box office. They go fast, so get them now.
So join us to see and be seen.
Join us this Saturday night at 7 o'clock and 11:30 for the House to Home Show, featuring some of the finest homes for sale right here on the Sun Coast. Whatever your taste, you're certain to find properties that satisfy your particular buying preferences. Presented by SWC Properties right here on ABC 7.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because
It saved my mother's life yesterday, and I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.